you might want to consider going to one college.
Okay, Andrew, well, we're going to absolutely rock and roll. We're going to move through this really quickly. We'll pause and take questions after. It's going to be a very short presentation. If anybody wants to reach me afterwards, it's just jim@jimharris.com. I'm on LinkedIn. If you connect with me, I'll accept it. Mention this webinar. Your network will grow by 27 million people instantly. And I want to start with this. Cybersecurity is huge. In 2021, there's $6 trillion of cost and damage to corporations, society, governments, and individuals. And that's going to basically double to 10.5 trillion by 2025. So this is really serious. And companies that you would expect to be best of class in terms of protecting privacy, companies like Equifax have had data breaches, and that data breach cost Equifax $575 million in settlement. The government of Canada's CRA has been hacked. Facebook, there's 1.5 billion Facebook users' basic information out there for sale right now on the dark web. And in Canada, Desjardins, financial institution out of Quebec, has had 9.7 million Canadians' records hacked. So this is to say that every single organization is threatened by cyber risk. And if you think about it, 2021 really is the year of ransomware. And why is that? Well, with all of us working from home, security has become more important than ever before. And with all this remote logging onto systems, hackers have been having a field day. And this reminds me of a quote that John Chambers, the former CEO of Cisco, used to always say, and here I am with him at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. John used to always say there are only two kinds of organizations, those that have been hacked and those that don't know that they've been hacked. This just kills me. So phishing is the most common reason for ransomware, phishing emails. And if you don't know what that is, you need to get up on it. And poor user practices and gullibility, training, those are the top three things. So what is phishing? Well, phishing is when you're sent an email that asks you to log into one regular system you log into saying, you know, our security has updated, you just have to re-log in to reestablish your connection. And so you do that and the hacker gets all your information and can now get into your system using your login details. So you would think, you know, this is such low level. No. John Podesta was the White House chief of staff, and he was Hillary Clinton's chair of her 2016 campaign. He had a spear phishing attack. Now, spear phishing is like phishing, but the hackers research you and go, oh, well, he would have had an email from somebody in our IT department. Here's the email they used to send from our IT department. He called the IT department and said, should I log in? And they said, oh, send it over to me. It looks legitimate. So he did. His own IT department told him to log in. And 200,000 or 20,000 pages of Hillary's emails were hacked by Russian hackers, leaked to Wikipedia, and it perhaps cost her the election. So, but it's not just about technology. We really, being secure is about people, it's about mindset, it's about culture, and it's about training. This is an amazing infographic on what is phishing and how not to get hooked. And I know a company, an SME, small medium enterprise, that trained every single person to identify what are the threats of phishing. They had these posters up all around their workplace. And then the training company, 2 weeks after the training, did a fake phishing exercise that 20% of the people, even after the training, still keyed in their login and their password. So we have to be eternally vigilant on this stuff because companies can't afford to be disrupted. In other words, we have to be preemptive. And as people who work with CPA for IT are IT professionals by default, this is something that's really important for you to sell to your clients. So what are some of the things we can do? Well, first is password management. Having a password vault and really increasing the strength of passwords so that they can't be hacked by brute force. Using a VPN. There are dozens of VPNs, and you would not believe how cheap these are to use all the time. Two-factor and multi-factor authentication. This is where everything has to go. And of course, with my smartphone, I can have biometric verification and multi-factor. I could have my voice print as well as the code, multi-factor, not just two-factor. Updating software is absolutely key, and turning on those auto updates for your clients. So identity theft is something that's occurring to people because their information's getting hacked, credit card fraud, mobile fraud. And so our smartphones have become absolutely essential. I once had at Rogers somebody trying to say they were me and they lost the SIM, and could they port my number over to a new SIM? That is another way to hack. This is going to increase the adoption of blockchain. And what we really need to do is get to AI systems identifying when behavior that's bizarre is occurring on our system. If you get on a plane, the pilots check every single system every time before they take off. And that's what we really need to get to. An engine check light for every single thing. Like all of a sudden, why is, Jim has never downloaded anything from Dropbox that equals the entire size of Dropbox. Why is he downloading everything right now? And we need to continually be practicing eternal vigilance. This is Pablo Casal, who was the world's most famous, best cellist. And at 94, he was asked, why do you keep practicing 3 hours every day? And he replied, because I think I'm beginning to notice some improvements. We have to continually improve on cybersecurity. It doesn't matter how good we are, how good our company is. It's only as good as the weakest link, meaning one person in the organization who falls victim to a phishing attack can start to unlock keys to the organization. And especially as we're getting more and more real-time medical data, this is going to become critical. So this industry is growing faster than other areas of the IT industry because we've all been working from home. So it's critical that IT professionals are up on this. If you want to get some articles that I've written, just email me, jim@jimharris.com.